Hey, folks, it's John from the Baptiste Realty Group, Keller Williams, Fort Worth. And today we have Ben Fisher from Fisher Home Inspections. Ben, why don't you tell the people about yourself and what it is that you do?
So we're a DFW-based home inspection company. I've been inspecting houses since 2005. I was licensed when I was 19, so right out of school, I went to home inspection school, got some training, um, passed the test, and got some more training, and been doing home inspections ever since. Um, we're also bilingual, so we also do speak Spanish for our Spanish customers and
Oh,
clients and
okay.
all that good stuff. So um, that makes it nice when you can speak their language and really explain to them what's going on with the house. We do new build inspections, we do phase inspections, pier and beam inspections, roof inspections, anything
Oh,
related
okay.
to the house. So
Sounds like you cover the whole gamut. Now,
with
how
that,
long does it take to become an inspector?
it's changed since I did it. When I did it, it was one test. It was a state test, and the course was around 3 months. Um, and you got all of your hours in and all the training like that. Now I'm not so sure. I think it's a little bit longer process because there's a state test and a national
Right.
test. So it's a little bit different. I've been doing it long enough that it's changed since I did it.
Yeah, yeah. Things, especially when you're talking about state regulations, I know they're changing all the time. So,
Yep.
same with us realtors.
Yep.
Well, we got a couple of questions that most people tend to ask, and I'll let you answer them. Now, one of the main ones first is, when we're going under contract with a buyer and we tell them they need to get a home inspection. So their first question is, well, who pays for that inspection?
The person buying the house pays for the inspection. Yeah.
Seems pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
Is your house, you might want to know what's going on with it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so
And you
listen,
pay.
folks, when we tell you you have to pay for it, you're hearing it straight from the inspector himself.
Yeah, and that becomes your property. And it's funny because the state of Texas will not let me send the report even to the agent of our client until I get their permission. So that document and that information is belongs to the person who pays for the inspection.
Right. Absolutely. So now, when you go out for an inspection, what are some of the things that you look for?
Uh, so generally, how we do it is I get to the house, I do a preliminary walkthrough, kind of see what I can see just one time walking through the house, and generally we see a lot of the same stuff in Texas. You see cracks in walls, you see separation on the outside of the house, you see cracks in the brick. So we kind of get an idea of what's going on with the house. Then what we do is actually we use a thermal imaging camera, and I'll go through the house with the thermal imaging camera, get a preliminary look, and see if I can spot any kind of leaks, any kind of missing insulation. Then after I do that, we also use a zip level. So a zip level gives us a real basis for how level the foundation is. And so I'll go
Oh, okay.
around and do zip level measurements for the clients. That's all included with our inspections. And I kind of see that'll give us an idea of how level the foundation is, even before we take a look at the outside. So we really
Well,
have a lot of information to base our findings on just in the first 15 minutes.
right. And that's a great point because this is North Texas, and we know that you live in Texas long enough, you're bound to have some foundation shifting or settling.
Yeah,
And a lot of people see those cracks, and some people panic, especially if they're not from here.
yeah.
Those that are from here, they know. But to know that you guys actually basically can give the homeowner some sense of the level of the foundation, I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it's beneficial for new houses also because it gives you a basis of, let's say you buy that house and a year from now you think you have foundation issues. Well, you can look back at those measurements that we took and we can actually come back out and see where it's moved at or if it has moved at all in those same locations. And also the thing with foundations is I see this a lot is people get into a house, they get under contract, and we'll tell them, well, we're seeing some foundation issues, and they want to back out of the contract immediately.
Right.
The problem with that is you're going to go to the next house and it's probably going to be the same thing.
You're absolutely right.
I did 7 inspections for one client in a row
Wow.
because he kept getting scared of the foundation problems. And I finally told him, I said, this is going to be a never-ending cycle. I said, the best thing is just to have it fixed if you really like the house, and that way you're under warranty and you're good. So
Right. Well, and I think some people have to realize too that these foundations are laid by human beings. So
exactly.
they're not going to be just flat and level, even on a new construction home.
Yeah. In the last probably 200 inspections I've done this year, I've seen probably 2 or 3 that I didn't see some issues with. And one of them
Oh, okay.
was a builder, and he did soil analysis, and he did all like the perfect prep work for his foundation. So he knew exactly what to do with that foundation. So that was one of the reasons we didn't see any issues. But
Right.
most of the time, they just put the foundation down. Very, very few times they do any kind of analysis of the soil or anything like that. So you're going to see foundation issues. There's just no way around it.
Right. Right. Absolutely. So that brings me to since you brought up the new construction homes. Now, even a lot of agents, they're like, okay, pre-existing home, we got to get a home inspection. And some of these agents are like, well, it's new construction. They don't need an inspection. I mean,
Mhm.
what's your thoughts on that?
um, to me, it's the same. You need a third party on those new houses. The thing we're seeing with new houses is a lot of times they're putting these houses up so fast, and they're using um, you know these crews, and they have to get from house to house so quickly that they're forgetting a lot of things, and they're kind of cutting a lot of corners. On our Instagram page, I have several videos. You may have seen them of
Oh, I've seen them.
of our it's almost a series we're doing now of problems with brand new houses. We were out at a house, and I don't want to say the builder's name. I don't want to get in trouble,
No, no, we won't call any builders out, but you know,
but we showed up to this house, beautiful house on the outside. Go in, and it was $500,000 house, and we're thinking, oh, this is going to be just a walk in the park. We're going to go through, not going to find anything, and we were there for almost 5 hours looking at that
wow,
house because
wow,
of the things that we were seeing. We were already starting to see foundation issues. We were starting to see major issues with the air conditioning. The air conditioning was actually overflowing the whole time they were working on it into the ceiling of the kitchen, and
what?
there was leak stains everywhere in the house. So, and homeowner comes in there, and they bought this brand new house. They paid all this money for it, and their house has already got problems. It's already got issues. So the other day we were on an inspection in Mansfield. Same thing. Really, really nice looking house. Great neighborhood. And we start to fill the bathtub and the sink up in the master bedroom, master bath. And all of a sudden, out of the shower, the water starts coming out of the drain, and it fills up and starts overflowing into the floor of the master bathroom, and then into the master bedroom, coming out of the wall. And this is a brand new house, so you can imagine what the clients would have thought if they would have moved in and hadn't had an inspection done.
Right. You move in because the builder says, "Hey, we're a builder. It's brand new," and then you turn on the shower or the bathtub, and you're like, "What's this water doing on the floor?"
Yeah,
When all that could have been avoided. But
yeah.
let me say this: that now, is it just the custom builders or the smaller guys that are building a few houses a year? Or I mean, do you recommend the big national, guys that build all over the country? I mean,
I've seen it on custom builders. I've seen it on like your larger chains of builders. I'm trying not to say any names.
yeah, yeah, your production builders, your
Yeah,
McDonald's of the building world.
yeah, I've seen it on all types of builds, and it's crazy. We did a custom build actually out in Aledo back in February, and didn't really see anything on the inside. Everything was doing pretty good, and get on the roof, and the whole roof is just like disintegrated on the back. There's just huge
Wow.
spots of just bare without any asphalt on it. And this roof was put on the month prior to it. And
Wow.
so, they had to replace most of that roof before it was even used. So
So, so for the people that are watching, you're hearing that no matter if the house is new or pre-existing, how much is a home inspection? Average price?
it averages around $400.
That's $400 well spent for peace of mind.
Yeah.
And whether it's just peace of mind or if it's an issue that then the seller or the builder can then rectify, and then you have that peace of mind. So it's $400 well spent, folks. 400 well spent.
Yeah.
So, well, Ben, during this inspection process, I know that the one you said took 5 hours. Now, where is the client, or where should the client be during this time?
Normally, the client comes towards the end because they're welcome at any time during our inspection. And I have some clients like to do the whole inspection with me, and that's perfectly fine. Um, yeah, we don't mind, but normally it's best if they come at the end because we're walking around, we're making notes, we're trying to, understand things on the different systems and things like that. So usually the last hour is a good time for the client to arrive
Okay.
at the house.
And that's what we recommend as agents. And I know for my wife and I'm on my wife's team. Make sure I get that out there so everybody knows it's not just me. But we recommend that they go, last hour, half hour, and we often show up as well, so they
Yeah,
help them if they have any particular questions that might be in their head, but that we already know. So
yeah,
that's good to know for the folks out there too.
yeah.
So what's the let me see. There's a question I had here. Well, I think we've answered it. I mean, the reason, that we would get people would say, hey, well, what's the reason that I should have one? And I think we talked about that as the peace of mind.
Mhm.
Um, and what we'd like to do is definitely get some of those videos that you have on Instagram and share them with some of our clients so that they can,
Yeah,
when we sometimes, when we tell them, hey, it's new construction, and then I'm not going to say sales reps are bad people, but they work for the builder.
exactly.
Folks, they work for the builder. They don't work for you.
Yeah,
So if they tell them that they don't need one because it's new, you're hearing it right here that you need one. And it's like I said, the 400 is money well spent.
yeah.
So, well,
The the
and
other,
I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us about this process.
yeah.
It's a very important process in the home purchasing, the whole process altogether. So tell the folks where they can follow you, how they can reach you, all the good information that they need.
So you can find us on Instagram at Fisher Home Inspections. Also, you can call us 817-809-1325. And you will talk to me. It's not an answering machine. It's not an answering service. So if you want to talk to me, just call that number, 817-809-1325. We also have a website, FisherHomeInspectionsDFW.com. You can visit that. There's some information on there. You can also book your inspection on there. So if you just want to, if you're busy and you need to book an inspection, FisherHomeInspectionsDFW.com. You can put all your information in there, and we'll get it. And we'll get in contact
Oh,
with you.
wow. They can book online.
Yeah,
Great. 2020, people. It's 2020.
yeah,
You don't have to get them on the phone. You can just take your phone and hit the website and book your appointment.
yeah,
So, and you said you're bilingual?
yeah. Yes, we are
Oh, what?
bilingual.
What? Tell it to us in Spanish for the folks that are listening.
So hablamos español. Si necesito una inspección en español, por favor, llámame y podemos ayudarte en cualquier tiempo. Por favor.
All right. I'm going to work on my Spanish. I've been in Texas too long. I've been here 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm going to work on my Spanish. I keep saying it, but one of these days I'm going to get it done. But
We'll work
again,
together. I'll give you some. I'll give you some tips.
oh, well, listen, I'm going to be looking forward to that. So, and I'm saying it here on camera. So we'll definitely be working together in the future. So definitely. But again, I appreciate you taking the time, and really this has been really good for, during this time when a lot of people can't get out, and we
Yeah,
want to we want to expose people to the inner workings of, purchasing a home without being face to face. So
yeah.
we'll put this out there on YouTube and Instagram and LinkedIn, and just about any place where they'll allow us to put a video. So
Awesome.
again,
Thank you so
I
much.
appreciate you taking the time.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you so much, John.
You're welcome. You're welcome.